Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Okay, so I got another email this morning from Italy of all places. The one thing I love doing this stuff. We got one from Colombia yesterday. Now we got this one from Italy, and on it goes. I get many people from all over the world. Thanks a lot for following what I do, and it's just you feel like you're the UN a trader from the UN or something. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let me just go on talk about this email. 46-year-old man, not a student or a young fellow. Hey man, I'm older than you, but mucho buene. It doesn't matter. So don't worry about it. I'm Italian. I do not wish to tell you my life story, blah, blah, blah. But I wish to have an advice from a smart man like you. Ha ha, I appreciate that. I wish to change my life, we all do, and start a journey to be a trader, a quant retail trader. I have a degree in engineering, reached many years ago. Unfortunately, I forgot many of the math stuff and probability and followed a course of PHP by myself for many years. Sounds similar to me. Journey is the best word, as I call it, because that's what it is. I started 5 years ago in January, and to be honest, it is a journey. All the skills that he mentioned here, but quant, engineering, and he's also got some programming skills here. Those are a lot of skills, but I'm going to talk about some of the other skills. I mentioned another video at the end of this, so hang tight. I'm coaching a basketball team as a full-time job. I'm tired of my lifestyle and I wish to work for myself. We all do. Ernie Chan started me on that. I like studying scientific materials, math, probability, and programming language. I love studying in general, but I have to learn everything in this field. I see trading as a job where I can be an employer of myself from where and when I decide for it. I do not wish to become rich, but earn income being this part I didn't get. I think satisfied of my studying and project. I wish to start trading in the future, but before I have to start a journey of study as when I was young to put me on the market. Dude, you cannot say that any better. That is what it is. You could be 70 and starting this journey. I missed out on the Bitcoin revolution and the early iPhone revolution, but I'm not sitting here kicking myself over it. This is where I'm at, and this is what I'm doing. At pretty well the same age as where you, even though I look 25, don't mind me saying. I do not want to play gambling. We've gotten people say that all the time. I can't remember the term where it's just chart watching, gambling. I think that's a good way of putting it because this is what they do. And trade as a gambler. I want a solid knowledge. True, 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 true. There's so much to this. I've put out some videos on Friday on what is needed. Sorry for all this intro, but I'm writing to you asking if it is better to start studying by myself. Yes, but get a good set of courses that you believe in, not just mine. If you think I'm the one, great, awesome, I appreciate it. Studying by myself, math, trading products, option, FX, future, programming languages, Python, etc. Before I subscribe to your elite zone, so when I have the knowledge and ready, could be ready to understand your materials of what you're teaching. I appreciate it, and it makes sense because this is why I'm now, I don't like to say it, but stopping dead in my tracks with MATLAB. There's not a lot of people can afford MATLAB, so I'm one of the big reasons why I went to Python in the last 2 months because it's free. That's a big one. But when I started working with Python, I'm like, holy moly! For non-programmers and to get up and running to write condensed code but powerful code, you can do all that in Python, and it's free. That's the other thing. Or you advise me to subscribe from now, starting from almost zero knowledge. Well, that's what I'm going to have is specifically exactly that. To start from zero. Part of one of the sessions I'll be doing is exactly not going to show you how to program in Python or show you how to program. That is way out of my scope for what I can provide. But I'll definitely provide good resources I like from zero knowledge. But with Python, it's really easy. I mean, like I keep saying, they're teaching 5-year-olds how to teach Python. It's that, I won't say easy, but it's much easier than all the other languages I've seen. Okay? So I will provide the resources, but I'll mention what you need in the soft skill set to get around that. Okay, or you advise me to starting from almost zero in level knowledge. That would be what I'm recommending, and I'll explain why and what you need more than the math, the trading knowledge, and the programming. But I'll adjust that in a little bit. Sorry for my long email. For me, it is important to design my future in a structured way. I'm agree. It's a roadmap. That's what we're doing, and providing a structure to stay within that roadmap, because we don't want to off-road and end up in a place like the Antarctic when we want to go to, I don't know, New York or London or something. But we got to stay on track. And what you just mentioned is exactly it. My past studies and me as a person want to do things in the right way. That's what I'm trying to say. Can your monthly subscription be done month by month? Yes. I've got the very basic option, monthly. If you don't like it, no problem. No, you just. Or if one subscribe, is it right to do it freer? Again, it's what you're comfortable with. I would probably recommend people just to start a month, see what it's like. Then you go full gamut. If you want to get pay 2/3 off than what you pay for a month, you can do that too. It just depends on what you're comfortable with and what I provide. And you can check out my style on YouTube. I got now something like 1,200 videos. My change is not style. My change isn't style. My style has not changed. So it's up to you. Sorry for my English and my boring questions. These are not boring questions. This is why I do these videos, so people can see them and hopefully appreciate them and determine what's valuable to them. And they come up with questions. I post those too. So a lot of people get value out of this. Even myself, I'm learning. But I think you could be the right person with the right knowledge to help me. Which journey bring? Oh, I think he's trying to say to get him on his way, basically. My dream will be employer of myself, self-employed. Thanks for your attention. No problem. First of all, I keep saying this. This right here. English and my boring questions. These kind of questions are not boring. Let me pull up my blog here, and then I'll get into some spiel. Okay, questions like that are not boring, but I was just talking to somebody earlier. If you come to quantlabs.net/blog to engage with me and for me to appreciate where you're coming from, I want everybody, before they reach out to me, to go into my knowledge base under FAQ, frequently asked questions. I purposely put all this stuff up here, and we're probably pushing, I don't know, maybe 100, 200 plus articles. Here you got 75 under technology alone. Please go through that. If you want to understand something specific, there is a search option in here. Just pick off one of these. I think there is a search option. Or there should be. I'll have to work on that. But you can go onto Google and just find stuff. But the one thing I will not respond in a respectful way is, let me just bring up another word section here. This is a typical conversation I get from people. They'll go, "Hi, Brian," right? And I'll go, "Hi." Then they'll go, "How are you?" Cool. And I go, "Okay." I'll be polite and I'll say, "You?" Cool. Then they go, "I want to get into algo trading or /quant or HFT for high frequency trading, blah, 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 blah. Where do I start?" Or the other question will be, "Can you help me?" That's usually it. Well, what's my response? I'll do exactly this. I'll do this. This is the only answer they'll get when I get that kind of question. Is this. And it stops. Then they'll go, "Thank you," and bye. And I never hear from them again. And that's the reason why I do that. Because I want better questions. So coming back to your question about English and boring questions. These are not boring, and I don't care about your English. I understand what you're trying to say. I don't judge you on that. I think what you judged, what you typed up here, takes a lot of effort, especially if English is your second language. And believe me, I admire people that do that. I get the story, I engage on that, and I can precisely guide you where you need to go. Hey man, if you appreciate what I do, awesome. And I can help guide you and provide that roadmap I spoke of earlier. Now, let's talk about the really important stuff. Okay, let's continue our little conversation here with this when I just started. Okay, so that's cool. Let's say we get to here, okay, and I come back with a better answer. Join my Quant Elite. Okay, that's not a cool way of doing things. Okay, because now I'm doing is I'm gonna take $100 a month for a monthly, let's say, per month. I'll take 500 months for what is it, 18 months. Okay, these are my rates. Or this is all in U.S. dollars. Or I can take $1,000 for 36 months. You do the math. That's $100 a month. Or you can do this one. Roughly comes out to about $33 a month, and you get 36 months off of my membership because you can pay here monthly. So you're saving a ton of dough. And I can hawk that to people and say that's how you get started. But I don't do that. What I do say, and if you I can gladly take $1,000, $100 from people, and that's awesome. But I don't want to do that. What I want people to really get. Let me start a new one. These are the requirements you need. Forget the math. Forget the programming. This is way more important. 4 skill sets I want you to know. First, inner will, and we'll call it motivation. Okay? If you don't have either or the same, you're not going to go anywhere. Why do I say that? Because what will happen is I'll go to scenario. Which one is it? This one? No. This one? No. Oh yes, I did delete it all. Okay, so going back to what I was talking about on all the different pricing options, the problem is that you're probably looking for a crutch to be better. This is a classic example of somebody who's in a situation where they're tired of their life and they're struggling in their life. They want to be an independent trader. They want all the glory that comes with it. But there's certain skill sets that you will need on a soft skill, not the hard stuff like being a better programmer or being a math genius. That's honestly, that's secondary. And I can take people's money. Really, I could. But we're talking about soft skills here. Inner will and motivation. Why do I say that? Because you need to be motivated and you have to have a reason to be motivated. And usually it's a struggle, what this guy's going through. You can read it again or rewind my video. That is struggle. They want a better life for whatever. You can watch infomercials and YouTube videos where they're going to pitch you something. That's human nature. But the motivation, the inner will, is to do this type of skill and be very lucrative at it. You have to have these skills just to get started. It's a huge mountain to climb, okay? I'm not trying to be hard on people or put it out there as a disincentive. I just want to make sure people have certain skill sets and the hunger to be passionate about this. But if you have this, you can do amazingly well at trading. You don't have to buy my stuff. You can buy it elsewhere. But number 2, motivation, but most people will not have when they start, is to be innovative. Now I say that is because when you look at the high-end hedge funds, Renaissance Technology is a great example. We're talking about guys like James Simmons and the other guy that I've mentioned about 2 weeks ago was a machine learning guy, Bob Mercer. People never even heard of him, but he's still and probably running. He's a co-CEO of Rentech, Renaissance Technologies. But these guys are so successful, and they're more successful not because of what they're innovating. They're more successful because they're secretive. So they're innovative what they do, but they're not selling the product. They don't need to. They're doing very well on their own. But innovation comes into play because, let me tell you something. The ones that are really successful in this game at hedge funds or independent traders, retail traders, automated traders, they're usually innovative, and that results in one thing. And I can fill up a page of dollar signs. And it's that innovation that gets in there. So that is a very key skill set, but you cannot expect people to have that. But if you're passionate enough and you believe in something and you find ways to do it, first piece of advice, Don't share it to the internet. You don't need to. I'm not selling dreams and stuff. I'm not here to sell results. What I'm here to sell is to help people get a roadmap, a structure in place that they can own and control the technology, own and control some sort of form of established trading strategies that gets them on their way to become this. Let me make this clear. To be innovative. I'm trying to bold that. I'll underline it. That's what I'd like you to be on your own. So I'm laying down the foundation to help you. Okay, so those are pretty important skill sets to get into this. But if you're going to run a business and you're going to be financially on your own, with the isolation and all the obstacles that you're going to run into and the lack of support from, I don't know, family, friends, and whatever, there's so many haters and whatnot. And I do believe that there's a lot of people out there that want other people to fail. And once you succeed, you get jealous. But there's two other skills that are really important. Because of those distractions, you will be held back and you're going to be psychologically affected by it. So these are the other skills that you need. You need the time and you need the focus. You need the time to put in, because if you're coming to me to pay, I do believe I took out those rates. The $1,000, the $500, the $100, whatever it is, I'll gladly take your money. I have no problem with that. But if you don't have the time to focus, or when you focus and have the time to implement what I'm showing you, all these other skills are no good. Don't come to me with your money. I'll gladly take it. But the problem is, if you don't have either of these, you will, I won't say fail, but you'll have issues. And here's the problem from my experience. Usually if people do cancel with me, there's a number of reasons. They probably think I'm just not really putting anything out there. I've got like 3-4 years of content and research I put into what I do. Okay? When you look at other strategies, I've seen them, you could pay $10,000 just for one static strategy with no automation. I mean, it might include mentoring, but after 3 months, where you're left at on your own again. But this is really important because what I'm providing is I want to provide a roadmap. You know, there's that saying where you can give somebody a fish. I truly believe in this. Give a fish, give a fish. Well, what people like me should be doing is teaching you. God, my typing is awful. To fish. Okay? I want you to remember that, because when you have this skill, it's way more valuable than this skill. So that's one of the big reasons why people cancel, is because they don't understand this philosophy. They want the fish. They want the results. They want to use me as the crutch. So when they fail as a crutch, my stuff or anything, this is for anything where people are looking for magic pills to resolve their problems. Not problems specifically on this, but similar. A lot. I get it day in, day out. And we don't want that. I want you to take the mentality to fish. Learn how to fish. Learn how to innovate. Be motivated and be passionate. That's the key skill set. Simple as that. When you have that and you pass those checklists, only you can know if you're going to succeed or not based upon these skills. And then once you have them, then you can start learning. But you've got to have, again, focus and time. Because if you don't have any of that, people are distracted. What do? They'll cancel and then blame me that I failed them. Where did that happen? Here's the thing. You know, there's a couple other things I like to type up here. I like typing with Word. Sorry. Okay. When you offer me something, you're giving me your time, and when you watch something, I appreciate you doing that. And the next thing is you're going to give me your money. So at the end of it, whatever you decide in your life is up to you. It's your time, it's your money. Whatever you do and whatever you decide has no bearing on me. But if you follow what I try to provide you, you'll do all right, right? So remember that. I'm going to teach you how to fish through automated trading, and I'm going to give you a roadmap. Now, That's what you're paying for. You're also paying for access into my private courses, right? And access to all my past stuff. And that's a lot. And it overwhelms people. And I think that's one of the other reasons why people drop off. I get that. That's why I'm switching to Python and give a new structure to make it easier for people. I get that. That's why I'm doing it. So these are your options, and you need to know these upfront, the required skill sets on a soft skill, and that's really important because I don't want people to come with this illusion, and I'm not here to pick on this poor guy, but it's a very similar story on where he's at. The thing is, one thing I can also sense is he is passionate. He does have the hunger to improve his life, and age is not a problem. Okay, wherever you live is not a problem. Okay, as long as you get the internet, you get good data service, you can get access to a good broker like uh, Interactive Brokers. Nothing else is stopping you. The only things that will stop you are these. That's what's going to hold you back. And again, if you come to a guy like me, it doesn't have to be me. I can teach you how to fish. I can give you a roadmap, and I've seen a lot of schlocky people. And I'm trying not to be one of them. I'm trying to be real. That's why I've got 1,200 videos, and some people don't like that because I'm just documenting everything I'm doing. It's a journey. That's what I've been doing, and now I've got to. Do I say I have a big following? I don't know. There's a lot of people interested in what I'm doing, and I appreciate every person that does that because they're giving me the time, and may not give me money, and I exist because of that. In order for me to keep doing it, instead of me having to take some dumb job at McDonald's or something. But these are the skills you need. End of story. And I want you to remember how to fish, not take a fish. Here's the thing: if I provide data analytics, right? Once the system's up and running, and you see a chart of something and it says buy, I don't know, Apple. Now the question you need to ask yourself is: are you buying Apple because I told you to, or are you buying Apple because you understand what I'm showing and you know that and you get it? Then you buy Apple based on that because now you have the proper foundation. And the better part is, wouldn't it be awesome you have your own system that can do all that for you automatically? That's what we're ultimately after. But I don't want people to follow me through my data analytics to buy Apple because my system tells you to buy Apple. If you don't understand the foundation and the scene behind that, you're gonna fail, and you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose big. You're gonna lose way more than you started. And then what? You can't come back to me and blame me for it. I'm not gonna accept responsibility. And here's the thing: I'm not somebody's daddy. I'm not somebody's uh, psychologist. I'm definitely not somebody's guidance counselor in terms of career and where they should go and what kind of program they should be in terms of school. It's up to you. Because as I said, it's not my money. I gotta type this out. Not my money, and it ain't my time. You're providing that to me. You're giving your own time. You're giving me your money to get access to what I provide in terms of data analytics soon, courses to help you get started, and references, and most of all, the groups, live groups that I'm providing or will be providing. So I want you to remember that. But most of all, I don't care who you are. And forget me if you love me, hate me, whatever. You've got to have these skill sets to get into trading and especially be an algo trader on your own in isolation. It's not easy and sometimes not fun, but you got to have all of this. And specifically, you got to have the time and the focus. Okay, so hopefully that'll help you out. Please, anybody that's watching this, do not be discouraged on your age. That is the farthest thing you should be worrying about, or your language. Okay, I get this, and I'm seeing it already. Somebody's got the passion to want to change themselves and change their life. Awesome. So just follow what I do. You don't have to follow everything for free or not. But I just don't want people to fall in this trap. How are you? Okay, I want to. How do I get started? I'm telling you, that's the secondary part. If you really want to know, go to this section, my knowledge base, under here again, the FAQ, okay? And you got probably 200 articles to go through. Okay, so I just don't want you to also end up with this response where I want to get into algo trading one line, and then I have to unfortunately give you the knowledge base reference link, and that's all you're going to get from me. Because one day I may not be able to answer questions like uh, this, which I love getting. Believe me, I, they fuel my fire. And believe me, I think this is really important. Okay, and I am getting to a point where there's a lot of time being put in these kind of emails and stuff, and I appreciate each and every one of them. But if you ask me, the important stuff is just the soft skills take precedence. If you don't have any of this, please don't give me your money. I don't want to. I'll take it if you want, but don't blame me again because you failed because you lacked these skills, the soft skills. Everything else is secondary, but you do have to have the passions, the inner will, and all that. There, that's a good one. Passion. Okay, not just because you see some dude in a Ferrari in a video, or he's like sitting on a beach with 5 people teaching him how to trade. It's ridiculous. It has to come from within. Simple as that. Hopefully that'll help you out. Thanks for the question. I really appreciate it. If you got other ones, cool. But please, 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 I beg of you, don't give me this one. Can you help me? Where do I start? I want to get. I don't want those one-line responses, okay, or questions. This one was really good, and I connected with it right away. So I thought I'd put this video together. Over and out. Have a good day, and I'll see you maybe in another video one day. I'm sure you will, because I like to do these. Have a good night.